welcome to the Borealis Experience. I'm your host, Aurora, life coach and companion on this beautiful journey called life. Now that I'm not scheduling in my recording of my podcast anymore, I feel that strong urge to be there, to show up for you, right? Before it was Monday and Thursday, I know I need to show up, I need to have a topic that's of interest, or addressing a topic that somebody requested. And now that it's more easygoing, flowing, I can feel that this energy that wants to come out, my mission, my vision is way stronger again. And I'm just so excited to be able to do this and to have you here. So please know that I appreciate you so much and that I respect you so much, because I know my content is, sometimes very uncomfortable and challenging, yet you decide to keep coming back and you learn with me together, you grow with me together. And I find that so crazy good, so nurturing, so connecting, and so powerful. So a big thank you for everybody here listening and showing up. It's just amazing. Today I want to talk about criticism and how to gracefully receive criticism. I want to give you a little bit of an insight here. My whole podcast is kind of it's a build-up. So if you're just tuning in freshly, I invite you to go back to season 1 and to work your way through, because you will learn gradually and grow and progress with me together. And not all of the topics, but most of the topics I choose to talk about because it is stuff that I used to struggle with, or I'm still struggling with today. But I've learned to deal with things differently, to approach certain problems, situations from a different angle. And I'm in the process of growth and evolution, so to say. And I decided to talk about these topics because maybe it's new to you, or maybe of great value, and maybe you're struggling with the exact same things as I do, and I can make you feel less alone, and I can create a space for you where you feel safe to ask questions, where you feel safe to go to those vulnerable places, and where you feel good about letting go of old habits that don't serve you anymore. So receiving criticism is a big topic for me still today. But back in the day, in my 20s, it was a shit show. It was so horrible, especially in my intimate relationships. It was very difficult for my partner to signal or to communicate to me that something was off, something was not going the right way, and they needed change. Because the problem was, I can see that now, that I highly identify with being an empathic person, a person who cares about others, a person who's compassionate, and all that jazz. So I don't allow myself to make mistakes. I always want people to feel good and comfortable. I always want to make sure that everybody is having fun and can be honest and can be open, right? So I'm doing my best, really, when it comes to connections and relationships. So when I receive criticism, I push back. I not only push back, but I explode, I implode, right? I shut down or I attack because I feel so embarrassed. I feel so, embarrassed and angry, and I can't believe what I'm just hearing. And of course, that's highly uncomfortable for the other person. And usually they don't expect that, because here's Aurora, super chill, super relaxed, super social, and, enjoyable to be around. Of course, we can shoot some criticism at her, and she's going to take it gracefully. But no, she doesn't. She does not. She has learned that. She fights back, and it's a huge shit show. And I've learned along my journey that if I allow the other person, be it in a nice way they criticize me, or in a little bit weirder way and maybe even passive aggressive, that if I can take it in for a second and think about what was just said and see that the other person wants to stay connected with me. They want to be in a relationship with me, be it a coworker, a boss, or an intimate partner. I'm receiving criticism because they want to stay in a relationship with me, but they need things to go differently. They need me to change or to adapt, right? Because the first thing I always thought is, when somebody criticizes me, I'm taking it like my whole personality is being criticized, and I'm being rejected. I'm being, thrown out of a community, and I'm being faced with deep pain. But that's my trigger. That's my problem. The other person might have just said, Aurora, you've been really messy lately again. Can we make sure that the house is a little bit more orderly? It doesn't have to be sanitized, but can we have it a little bit more orderly? And then I can just sit there and be like, yeah, actually, you're right. Actually, I didn't care of myself as much in the last couple of weeks, and it's gotten really messy. And of course, I'm going to clean up. You're right. I'm not wrong, but you're right. And maybe I'm wrong too, and that's cool too, right? To be okay with somebody telling you, can we do things differently? Or you fucked up here. Can we rectify this, because it makes me feel horrible? So I invite you to look at yourself and to see what your first thoughts are when you're being criticized. Do you feel attacked? Do you feel that the person is kind of a stick in your wheel? Do you feel you want to, shut that person out of your life? Is it so uncomfortable? Or can you let your guard down and see that there's some truth to their comment? And that if you decide to look into it a little bit further without feeling attacked, and maybe even by asking questions to further understand where the other person's criticism is coming from, then you can even deepen your relationship. And here's some bonus points: grow. Right? Sometimes we feel like different people from all walks of life react weirdly in the same way, or criticize in the same way. Maybe there's some truth to it, right? There is something that they all have in common, and it is you. Maybe you can look at yourself and see if there is truth to what these people say. And again, sometimes they might be able to communicate very calmly and kindly what makes them feel uncomfortable or what they need to see changing. But sometimes they might not find the right words. And then I invite you to go even further and to jump over your feelings, your little ego feeling attacked, and trying to see, cut through the bullshit and try to see, what is it that the person actually wants to communicate to me? She's constantly nagging. She's constantly criticizing me. What is it? Just turn that volume down. It's so annoying. But maybe you can help that person to express themselves in a way that you want to receive it. that you want to change and understand, right? So it's a tricky one. I was very open with you at the beginning of this episode. I'm still struggling with that. But I recently realized that it usually comes from people who want to be working with you, who want to be connected with you. And you're not perfect. You're not supposed to be perfect. You're a human being who makes mistakes. So it's okay to admit that you make mistakes. It's okay to also stand up for yourself and to kind of, justify a little bit why you do certain things certain ways, but not in a way that attacks the person back or, allows you to keep engaging in shitty behavior. That's not okay. Just know that we all have our coping mechanisms from back then when we needed to protect ourselves. Maybe you were in survival mode for way too long, and now your coping mechanisms are kind of your guard, your shield that protects you from being too vulnerable. But if people are genuine with you, and if they want to connect with you and stay connected with you in the future, then give them the benefit of the doubt. This is what I've learned, and it really helps to create deeper connections. And that's what I wish for all of us. I wish for all of us that we know 100% who we are, what we need, what we are standing for, what we want in life. You don't have to find out right away, but bit by bit, right? Having that direction you go towards, that little bit of a goal or path, let's say, and to have deep, meaningful connections that are honest and genuine. And don't pamper us, but show us where we can still grow. Especially intimate relationships are going to show either what you still need to work on or what you're really good at already. And the stuff that you're not really good at already, you can have a look at it and you can learn and grow and evolve, expand. All right, I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to wish you a good rest of your day. I really care about you. I care about connecting with you. Join me on Facebook, Aurora Eggert, or Instagram, Aurora Eggert Coaching. And I'm always happy to connect and receive episode topic requests. If there's any topic that you want me to talk about in the future, please do not hold back. And if you feel the time is right to address your growth, your evolution, then have a look at my coaching side, auroraeggert.com, or contact me and we'll talk about how I can support you on your journey towards yourself. All right. Take good care. Bye-bye.